Hey everybody, so it's been a little while since I've done any updates on here, so I wanted to just catch you up on some things. I've tried to do this video a couple times now and keep restarting it because I don't know exactly even how to say it all, so I'm just gonna start speaking. I have decided that I'm going to retire from the Coast Guard this year. Some of you may know I hit 20 years last year and my enlistment ends this September, so I am looking to retire this October and at least do the ceremony, and then I'll retire officially in November. And there were a lot of factors that went into this decision. It was an easy decision once I made it, but it was hard to get to that point. I kind of wrestled with it for a while, and I had reasons for staying and reasons for going, but ultimately I wanted to be able to focus more time with my family and my kids and just be able to look at the year, plan things, and not have to think about if that weekend is going to be available or if that week is going to be available because I'm going to have Coast Guard duties. And just all the administrative requirements that go with being a member of the military, even the reserves. There's a lot of obligations and requirements that you have to meet, and it's just taken a toll on me over the years. I think I'm just ready to hang it up. So as for the channel itself, I definitely still want to keep doing the channel. I might start stepping back and speaking on the Coast Guard more holistically, meaning that when I started this channel, the basis for it was sort of a niche of being a reservist in the Coast Guard and an MST, because that specific niche is not talked about on YouTube particularly much. And so this kind of grew out of that pretext. As I'm kind of getting along in years and life experience, there's a lot more going on that I also would like to talk about. And also the questions that I get are extending beyond the reach of just my knowledge, which is why I've started having people come on the channel to help answer questions that come up. But I definitely still love doing this channel, and I want to keep doing it. I just want to be transparent that it might start taking some new directions. I still am going to talk Coast Guard topics, but I might adjust the name and make it something more personal, because very soon I won't be an official representative of the Coast Guard anymore. And I don't want this channel to be affiliated with the Coast Guard either. I'm not a recruiter, as I've said before. The point of this channel is not to sell you on the Coast Guard. It's simply to share my experience and give insight when I can, and hopefully help people who are considering it to make as much of an informed decision as they possibly can. So, and I think I've been able to do that. I think I've been pretty successful at that. I've had a lot of people message me who have been through boot camp and said that my videos were helpful, which means a lot, because it's been over 20 years since I went through boot camp, so I don't want to steer people wrong. I think that some of the specific things that you'd go through in boot camp may have changed a little bit, but I think the general theme and purpose of boot camp, I think the things that lead to success are still the same. So I do intend to keep doing that for a while. And really as long as people are getting something out of what I'm providing. But I do also see myself stepping back from being a purely Coast Guard channel to just talking about other things that I find important, and even within the realm of the Coast Guard, also getting into more macro, big picture Coast Guard, not just what I experience personally. And again, being retired, I won't have that same foot in the door to talk about specific personal things as I do currently and have in the past. So a lot of it is just anticipating. And I do think that my reasons for wanting to get out of the Coast Guard now are still going to play into the realities of this channel. You know, I have become a little burnt out. It has taken a toll on me, and I just think it is the right time for me to step away. At the same time, I hope that actually means that I will be more of a presence here and more able to help people, because I do have a lot of contacts and in the Coast Guard, and we'll try to keep in touch with them and use those connections to network and kind of look for answers to questions that may come up by folks watching this channel. The final thing I'll talk about is my health. This was actually the thing that kind of ultimately helped me make that decision to get out of the Coast Guard. I'm not dying or anything like that, and I'm not in any serious trouble, but I do have some problems with my kidney that are being addressed, and I have stage 2 or stage 3 chronic kidney disease. I'm kind of hovering on the numbers there between the two, but I've had labs over the last 3 months that have been right in that range of stage 3 to stage 2, stage 3A specifically. Right now, my kidneys seem to be functioning normally through every other test we've done, so I'm not in any immediate concern or anything like that, but I am making lifestyle adjustments in terms of my diet and exercise, and I think I got a good look at my mortality. Again, I'm not dying, and I'm not in any imminent danger here, I don't think, but the reality is that we all have an alarm clock on our lives at some point, and so I just don't want to look back on my life and wish I had spent more time with my kids and not so much time serving the government. So that became kind of the ultimate decider for me, was focusing on health and just the things that bring me the most joy and that I feel the most passionate about. And the Coast Guard isn't that for me. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've still got, it's July, so I've got about 4 months left. So outside of that, I'm going to try to be a little more active on this channel, but at least now you know that there's some other things that have been on my mind that have kind of been more pressing than this channel. But doing the shorts is an easy way for me to stay engaged a little bit. So I've been trying to stay active on that as well. But anyway, that's, I think, enough for right now. I will have more details on the potential retirement ceremony. I don't know if live streaming the ceremony would be a thing that would be cool to do, or if people would want to see that. I mean, I do think it would be kind of cool to have people that I've connected with here, if you all would want to be a part of that. Something to think about. And I'd be curious if anybody has any thoughts on that or suggestions. But anyway, I'm still here, and I hope that the direction this channel takes is one that continues to be helpful for people. I hope that people don't just turn away because they got what they needed and they got through boot camp and they feel like they're good to go, because there's a lot more to the service after boot camp. And even though I'm not going to be in the Coast Guard anymore, I still like to think that I can provide some support and guidance. And I also get a lot from you too. A lot of times people will leave comments to correct something that I've said, or just to provide a little bit more insight or clarity into questions that I get. And that's awesome. I love that. I love that we have this community that we can support each other in that way. So anyway, I am gonna go back to my barbecue here and check on the chicken. Hope everybody had a good and safe 4th, and we'll talk to you all again soon. Take care.